As war rages on in Gaza, rockets and drones continue to infiltrate Israeli airspace from Lebanon, and the Islamic Republic promises to imminently attack Israel. Here with us to discuss the next steps is Dr. Mordechai Kedar of Bar-Ilan University. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Kedar. Always a pleasure to have you on. The most recent assessments from U.S. intelligence sources indicate the Iranian regime does intend to strike Israel in the coming days. How likely do you think this is, and what can we expect to see happen militarily from the regime?
They don't tell me, to tell you the truth. I have no idea, and your guess is as good as mine, because they have all kinds of possibilities. It could be by missiles, it could be by cruise missiles, it could be by drones. It could be even by incursion on the ground. As we saw in Gaza on October 7th, they can do whatever they like in order to say that they took revenge for the assassination, which they attribute to Israel of Haniyeh. So really, I have no idea. The question is what Israel will do, because if Israeli reply will be minor, they can get along with this. The problem is that if Israel will answer in a way which Israel did in Hudaydah, for example, means to destroy oil facilities, this can devastate the Iranian economy, because the Iranians are basing on the oil production in the Gulf. And if Israel attacks these facilities, they are in a deep problem. So I believe that the Israeli leadership knows its options. I believe that they also coordinate to a large degree with the United States, with the European countries. And I think that the problem is not only of Israel. Iran is a problem of the entire world, because Iran is involved in Ukraine. Iran is involved in Yemen, and jeopardizing the international commerce traffic in the seas. Iran is involved in terrorism all over the world. So the time is cometh that this regime will be put in its place by the civilized world before Israel.
You know, there's been a lot of discussion about a multi-pronged attack with the regime in Iran and Hezbollah or the Houthis working together. Can Israeli defense technology actually prevent a severe strike by all of these actors simultaneously? Do we have those defense capabilities?
Well, always defense is never hermetic. Always defense could be 90%, 95%, even a bit more. But if they send a barrage of missiles to Israel, to say that all those missiles will be intercepted, I think it will be unrealistic or some kind of a miracle. But yes, we have to take in account that if you are attacked, you might be hit here and there. This is why, in my humble view, the best defense is attack or deterrence.
You know, in the event that a strike does occur, what would be the goal of the Islamic Republic with this? I mean, some people are saying that they are positioning themselves for an all-out war. Others are saying it's more posturing and ego. What can we expect to see? A more limited strike or a more severe strike? I know you mentioned already they can do whatever they like, but what are you anticipating?
It's all the above. The motivations is a salad of motivations. First of all, they want to get rid of Israel altogether. This is the main goal. This is why they run in the streets and they chant death to Israel, death to America, by the way, as well. And they don't mean death to Israel, that Israel should, let's say, leave Jerusalem only. Israel should leave the Middle East or to leave the world altogether. So this is the main goal. On the way, since they cannot get rid of Israel entirely, now they can attack Israel in order to weaken Israel and to frighten Israel and to strike terror into the hearts of the Israelis. This is they can do, and they do actually, with a whole scheme of militias which they implanted all over the Middle East, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Iraq, in Yemen. Gaza also is part of their proxies. So yes, this is how they try to devastate the life of the Middle East. By the way, the cost is a hell of a high price of Arab lives in Iraq, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Gaza, in Yemen, because Persians, as you might know, couldn't care less about Arabs' lives.
Absolutely right. They're actually the biggest murderer of Arab Muslims in the region. A lot of people don't realize this.